Good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world of darkness, and welcome to Raid Cross New York, the werewolf venue where today's scene is a little bit particular as they haven't met in Hamid. But um, Lucas got a message from Kotori saying that he wished to see him to talk. And in completely Kotori fashion, he said, "You can come to my den or to my den," and then send another message. Dot 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 means also apartment. And probably thinking that yeah, the last time he went into the den, Lucas had to crawl, so he probably thought, yeah, I might prefer the comfort of a couch. So Kotori is waiting in the apartment, which Lucas already know where it is because he went there. And this is where we will start our scene.
The buzzer rings.
And Kotori gets up and will open the door.
The buzzer is connected to the intercom that is connected downstairs. Hello?
Hello? Oh, yes, I pushed the thingy, and he pushed the button.
Be up in 5. Walks in. Dun dun. Dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Ching 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 ching.
We should really change the elevator song.
Yeah, they should. Lucas goes ahead and appears at the other side of the corridor from where Kotori is currently standing in the threshold of the apartment.
Kotori looks at him like, because that's not the image he remembers. And he just shrugs and he gets out of the way and comes back into the apartment. And he's going to sit on the couch.
Mr. Kotori steeples fingers looking at you.
Yes. You can close the door.
Goes ahead, walks over and closes the door, comes back, steeples fingers again. Mr. Kotori.
He just looks in left and right. Yes.
I hear that you have questions, ever so slightly tilting his head at the word questions.
Mm-hmm. And he's actually he actually has a pipe. He's actually has a pipe that he's working upon as he's thinking. Uh, well, how are you?
I'm doing actually very well, Raya. And you?
Mm. Uh, I'm good, even if I will need to talk to apparently princess. Even if I think it's stupid to call her princess.
Oh, you went ahead and met the new cub then?
Yes. Interesting. Naive a little bit, but she should clinch to that.
She certainly has a talent. I'll tell you that much.
Mm-hmm. So, you're giving lessons?
Lessons? No. Answering questions? Yeah.
Hmm.
And sometimes just filling in the gaps.
Answering questions can be seen as a form of teaching.
Hmm?
Wouldn't
And what
you
do you
agree?
think of this? What? Say again?
Wouldn't you agree?
Um, answering questions. Well, I guess if you already got a lecture already set up, then yeah, then you'll be teaching. If you're simply answering questions as soon as they get bombarded in your direction, maybe not so much, but still.
Hmm. I see. And he continues to let a little bit silence sink as he continues to work. But that's not the main thing I want to discuss. We will get back to it, but mm, so she told me something very interesting about you.
Um,
Did
Mr. Katori, he throws
Mhm.
his hands up. I don't know if you didn't hear the howl, but that came from that they tell me that came straight from the truth catcher. So I thought all that business was done with.
He puts his hand up. I'm not talking about that.
Oh,
But if you wish
okay.
us to talk about that, I can talk about that.
Oh
But
no 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 no.
this is not of my interest. She told me that someone threatened you when you were brought up here. I want you to tell me more about this.
Okay, can you be more specific?
I am the one who asked that Alan's kinfolk were brought back on Sept as soon as his fall was known. In order to protect you, I would feel rather insulted if people were starting to threaten kinfolks when I asked specifically to bring them here to protect them. I would find it very counterproductive and very insulting to my sense of duty to kinfolks.
All right, so you're talking about that particular incident.
Hmm.
Okay. So you want to know about when Rin and Book came to me and my brother, right?
Hmm. Exactly.
All right. Is that all you want to know about? Because there are apparently several other stories that haven't flown around yet.
Well, you can give them all to me. I will listen.
Okay. I was in my dormitory uh, that afternoon when Rin and Book, Rin being a child of Gaia,
Hmm.
Book being the Wendigo, they came. They told me that I had to go with them. They told me that something terrible had happened to Alan, and they told me that my life was currently being threatened. Um, I knew Rin. I knew Rin very well. I did not know Book. Book was
Hmm.
the much more forceful of the two. Rin went ahead and calmed him down, and he calmed me down. And afterwards, I acquiesced to their request, and I told them that I would find myself back at the Sept for a number of days. Me and my brother, I would bring my brother, and that we would stay within the Sept grounds for a number of days until we could find new housing. Because I believe they were concerned that if they knew me and they knew where I slept, that they would find me again. So after that, that was a process of me finding new real estate, which I have.
Hmm. So, if I understand correctly, the one who threatened you first was Book. Uh, Basically, it was a clash of your two personalities, or was it just purely on Book's side?
To be honest, it may have been a clash simply because um, they did not fully explain what had happened, what the crisis was. Rin tried to go ahead and explain it all. I was hesitant to believe it entirely. I could believe that my life was in danger. I just couldn't believe something so extreme. And
Mm-hmm.
Book was very, very insistent. He got handsy.
Did he hit you?
No, he did not hit me.
All right. Then might not be worth anything right now, considering that Book is now one with Gaia.
I heard
But
about his passing during the winter, and my heart does go out to his loved ones, including Rin, and I imagine yourself as well.
he nods. It doesn't change the fact that I am sorry for the way you were treated that night.
To be quite honest, I did not get the worst of that particular botched operation. And to be honest, it was a botched operation. I can't, I can't, I really can't give a soft light to it. It just is what it is, and it was very unfortunate that it happened like that.
Mhm. Have you? So you said it's not the only instance.
Not the only instance that night. They were told to gather, well, Alan's group.
Mm.
So after they went ahead and gave us the message, they went right over to the Harris household. No relation to Miss Cinnamon Harris.
Mm-hmm.
That went sideways very quickly. Um, it was actually in the newspapers for quite a while.
He kind of give you a smile, like I don't really read newspaper.
Do you happen to have, well, something that has Wi-Fi, a laptop, a computer, anything like that?
And he looks left, right, and just goes through his pocket. Well, I have this.
Can I see that?
He hands you the phone.
Guessing it's a very, very primitive smartphone.
Uh, Actually, it's a standard. It's a standard smartphone.
Oh, excellent. Lucas Matthews is going to go ahead and dig into the periodicals, the newspaper articles relating to the incident
Mm-hmm.
of the Harris household. It'll probably describe how. Well, I have no idea what the cover story was, but it was
Mm-hmm.
a big thing that happened. Three elderly women dead, one
Oh,
of which
yeah,
happens to
yeah.
be the, well, at least relative to the police commissioner at the time.
Mm.
Family
Mhm.
traumatized and rushed to the hospital. And he just, hands it back to you.
Oh yeah, when he looks at that, he goes, yes, that incident.
I don't really have to go more into it, do I?
No, I mean, what happened to Ren after that is pretty self-explanatory. All right. He puts the phone back on the table. Do you have any other grievances outside of obviously being suspected by Travis and some other members of the set?
Grievances? Grievances. Hmm. Being suspected is one thing. Um, what was done to the Harrises is another thing. The Bogdans are still missing, but that could have been completely and utterly out of all your control. And I would love to have a bit of privacy. It's what I've always tried to express. It's one of the first things that I
Mhm.
asked of people when I came back into the Sept was to not be known as that kinfolk and to not
Mm.
have people following me or to have spirits following me. I do not know whether that has been upheld or not, but that's still a request that I have.
I don't think that you have anything particularly to say about my pack, considering that Callie gave her word,
Hmm.
and that, as far as I know, no member of my pack have done anything against your privacy, unless you have some lights to shed on events that I wouldn't be aware of.
Goes ahead and gives you a smile. At this point in time, I have no evidence other than hearsay.
You raise an eyebrow.
I have hearsay. I do not have evidence, and I would not come to you with hearsay.
The thing with hearsay is that you can always ask a spirit to answer. And generally, the spirits, they see a lot. So, you're here in my territory. I gave you permission to come, even if apparently you came before. But
I
that
was
is.
invited.
Mhm. And you're free to come invited.
Thank you.
But I would prefer, even if you have no proof, to know if you have heard things, because as you may have just heard things, there were things about you that were heard, even if you didn't want to be known as that, and Travis probably didn't want people to talk about how he felt.
He goes ahead and scrunches up his face for a little bit. What is his grievance against me? Why did this all happen? I didn't even ask this to others. I just want to know why. Just why? It doesn't make any sense.
Hmm. Kotori doesn't answer for a little bit. He continues to work on his pipe, thinking. Hmm, does the name oh, and God damn it, I forgot the name. um,
Hysterical laughter follows.
yes, Coyote laughs at my forgotness. Um, I would I would say, have you heard about the Shadow Lord trial?
I remember that Shadow Lords have been getting themselves into trouble ever since I got into the Sept.
He kind of laughs a little bit. Yes, they have, but at one point they were all under house arrest. Do you know why?
No?
Basically, and I don't. Um, hmm, he paused for a little bit. Well, the rumors already exist, and I don't really see how it's really a secret as it happened in broad daylight. But I would prefer you to not raise, well, first about the affair, as we have more Shadow Lord than ever. They might not appreciate to be remembered some of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, at one point, some of our wards were corrupted or played with. I went and investigate with others, and basically a spirit told us that someone paid him to do it. Paid him with a very, very big secret. The secret was there is one who walks with the skin of a Shadow Lord.
Mm-hmm.
So we placed all the Shadow Lords under house arrest. And in the end, indeed, one of them was not what he was. He was a spiral wearing the skin of this Shadow Lord. So, yes, if you want the blunt truth, then probably what Travis thought, and some might have wondered, was if it happened once, could it happen before? And in a paranoid state of war, which I can understand, but it could have been, well, handled faster. Some might have thought that something terrible would have happened to you, and that basically the reason why you were secretive and reclusive was because you were, um, well, because you
Not
were Alan
a
wearing
Skinner.
Lucas skin.
I'm not. He goes ahead and grits his teeth. A Skinner.
Mm-hmm. Kotori nods. Mm,
Excuse me, Raya.
it's okay, you have a right to be angry. After all, well, there was no real proof, and Travis, for all his, well, Travis thinks of the Sept first, which is his biggest strength, but sometimes he might go overboard. And here the problem is that he was waiting for me and for Kachina to make the move to enact this right on you, to know the utter truth about the fact that if you were or were not Lucas. And, well, didn't thought that he could ask his alpha, Aaron, or that he could just go to the truth catcher or even the right master to do it. So then it explode with Mabe going to, uh, well, making things blow up. I haven't really talked to her as she came up with all her belonging to my house.
Me blow up. Raya Katori, do you think that's what happened? It all blew up? No. It calmed down. The situation got resolved. I can't imagine why you all took so very long in order to either confirm or falsify those considerations, those concerns. Did you not have all these ideas when I was well under the protection of Ren? Did you not trust Ren? Hello?
Yes, yes, I'm still there.
Oh.
You
Excuse me for
raised.
raising my voice again, Raya.
Hmm. You seems to like to raise your voice. uh, I trust Ren. This is why I didn't answer to Travis' request, and also the fact that my pack, or at least Callie, gave her word. Ren vouched for you. Those things, they are enough for me. I could have acted, indeed. That could have been done. But this is something that I can only give you an apologize for not having taken an act on this matter. And my word to you can't really, well, can't really do anything to how you probably felt for those weeks. So you can take it however you wish.
You see Lucas actually go into his back pocket, and he produces well, a stick, a talon actually, that you would recognize as a Gaia's breath. He passes it over to you on the coffee table. He simply says, "I apologize for raising my voice in your territory."
He laughs. Well, I would take offense if you took a piss on the furnitures. I'm not going to take offense for you to raise your voice.
Know this, Katori Raya. You have never done me offense. You have never done me a wrong, and I do quite appreciate you coming to me and apologizing, even if there was nothing for you personally to apologize for.
Really? Well, maybe you don't think that, but Ren is now gone to Children of Gaia Sept to enact once again her rite of passage and gain the right to be a Cleof. She was the one vouching for you, and I have left you alone when, quite honestly, if it had been for a wolfkin, would I have thought for a second about uh, should I leave him be or something? No. So I am apologizing for not seeing that you might have been in distress as Ren is gone and you wouldn't have anyone else among the Garusept to talk to someone who might understand you better rather than, oh, he is that guy.
I did not know.
So, mm, let's talk about teaching. How did you encounter Maeve exactly?
Okay. Um. Well, the wards of the Seft went ahead and blew up a number of days ago, actually, and many of the Garu were rushing over to see why the dove spirits were in such a disarray. And while all the other kin went ahead and hunkered down, I decided to go ahead and take a look myself.
Mm-hmm.
I stepped into the Umbra. I walked over to where the doves were all crazy, and I just sort of stood there while the rest of the Garu, Olaf, Emmett, Kachina, and several others, can only assume, went ahead and chased after something. They said it was a girl. They said it was some sort of wolf. Whatever it was, they were all in a tussy to go ahead and chase after it. Emmett himself was carrying his fetish AK-47, barreling down on the situation. That was interesting to see. Well,
Might
they all went
imagine.
ahead. Say again?
I might imagine.
Mm-hmm. Well, they all went ahead and barreled out of the set following whatever they were following. I just sort of did the scarecrow with the dove spirits, just kind of waiting. I wasn't really all that picky about following them all the way. And when they did come back, they came back with the princess, riding almost bareback on the hippo form of Olaf. And Olaf, as I remember him citing, thought of all the wonderful things that he had in his life, and not the thing on his back.
Mm-hmm.
And so, after that time, they realized that she did not have any of the stuff that she had brought with her to the sept. I went ahead and volunteered myself to go ahead and pick it up. I took her backpack, her clothes, stuffed them inside, her purse, anything else that she may have left around, and I returned to the Garu as they were taking Maeve to see Chase of the Storm.
Mm-hmm.
There, Chase of the Storm went ahead and enacted a ritual, possibly to learn more about her. And what she found out was quite interesting. In fact, I learned quite a lot about her just by keeping my fucking mouth shut. I learned that she was a crescent moon. I learned her age. I learned her name. I learned pretty much where she kept her No, I didn't find that out. Damn it, should have asked about that. Shakes head. But I learned a lot about her before I even spoke to her. And so I was just, I don't know. They went ahead and shored her up in Olaf's cabin. And for a while there, lots of Garu came and went. There's loudness, a rambunctiousness, and afterwards they left. And I came back. And I made her breakfast. And she was quite delighted to have it. We had a conversation. We talked. I learned more about her. Told her a few things. Told her that she was especially blessed, considering all the circumstances. Do you know all the circumstances?
Go on.
She was blessed with a good family. She was blessed with good blood. She was blessed with a bloodless first change. I just went ahead and reminded her
Oh,
of that.
oh, yes, she was quite surprised that apparently the running joke is don't tell her about Emmett first change.
Fair enough. After that, well, I learned that she actually liked fairy tales, so I decided to reenact one of them. And she found it absolutely hilarious. And then she had just questions, lots of questions. Every time we were together, she always had lots of different questions. And Katori Raya, do you believe I've
Mhm.
been in the nation for long enough to know the basics?
Well, I don't really know you that well, but from what I saw, Mabe knew some things. And considering that before becoming Wormfoe, Alan used to be then father. So, and since he had a big mouth, I would expect him to have shared knowledge about governation and how things work. So I would guess that you at least know what you're talking about.
Would it be offensive for me to know this information, this knowledge?
What, that you... Well, I mean, do you know the true and darkest secret of the coronation?
There's a dark secret?
Oh, yes. We have a
Is
very
it?
short attention span.
Oh, wait,
That's
wait,
the
wait.
car.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me you are
It's
all
too late.
actually aliens from another planet, because that would completely blow my mind.
Is this one of your Homid things?
Yes.
Okay.
But if you do know the deep dark
Mhm.
secret, I'd be more than willing just to shut my mouth and listen in.
Oh, I told you. We have a very short attention span, and now you know it. And I will
Ah.
have to lock you inside this apartment forever. Ha ha!
And I thought I had the rest of my life ahead of me. Oh well.
Yes. Doesn't belong to you anymore.
No.
Uh, so, mhm,
But yeah, she had questions. I answered
mhm,
them. The first few questions were about auspices. I knew I knew them. I told them.
mhm.
This next lesson was probably over the litany, and I didn't feel like I was quite capable of giving her the proper understanding of the legal system that was required.
Mhm.
So I went ahead and had Olaf do it. He's a Philodox. He knows the law. That's his job. Quite recently, and this is what I'm quite amazed at, nobody has taught her the ranking system and how it works. So last night, that's just what I did.
So, you indeed answered question and you gave her private lessons.
Hmm.
Mhm. So, you put me in a very particular position. As
Explain.
as then father, it is my duty to educate young Garu to teach them those things. Yet, to answer a question is not to be at fault. After all, if I smacked people who answered the question that people asked, well, there wouldn't be a lot of people standing, and that would be silly. Mm, but you took upon yourself to take some of your time, and you enlightened a cub on the coronation. So I have to ask you this question: do you wish that you were then father, in a way? And
I,
he can you can make a perception empathy if you want on
okay,
this one.
fair enough. Okay, do. Rolling. Uh, Difficulty 4 because of the insightful merit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No
Hmm.
specialty.
Hmm. When he asked this question, it's kind of ambiguous. It's kind of ambiguous. It's not. There's no, malign intent. As yes, please answer wrong so I can smack your face. Um, it actually seems kind of like a genuine question, but you can probably guess that he doesn't expect you to say, "Oh yes, I totally want to be then father."
Okay, okay, fair enough. Clear dice. No, I do not want to take that position. It is not my right to take that position away from you. I am not Garu. That would be improper of me to go ahead and do so. I only wish to go ahead and answer the questions of somebody who's becoming a very, very close friend to me and somebody who has dealt me a very, very good hand. And in fact, Katori Raya,
Mhm.
if there's any way I could go ahead and serve you, do something for you, so that the burden of the Den Father position wasn't much, I'd be happy to do so.
Uh, he thinks for a little bit, like stroking his face in a. Yes, I'm thinking. When you can clearly see yeah, it's fake. He already knows how he's going to answer. With your score of insight, you can clearly see that. So I'm going to enter no for the aspect of the fact that you seems to imply that it's a burden. Uh, no, it's not a burden. Even if, yes, I am busy,
Mhm.
ever so busy with everything. However, this is one of the reasons that I wanted you to come here. As he starts to pour some herbs into the pipe. Do you enjoy teaching?
Uh, in some cases, yeah. I sometimes go into very, very long rants about history and science and the Gairu Nation and all the different other things, and I just seem to run my mouth around Maeve, and she hasn't once told me to stop.
Mm-hmm. Um. Well, of course, she's not going to ask you to stop. She has a thirst for knowledge. But mm, how do you feel that? Do you feel that the relationship with the Garu and the Kinfolk should or could actually be better? As he kind of smirks, as he probably has kind of an idea of what your answer would be on this matter.
He's grinning, he's shaking his head. Um, okay. In my opinion, this sept has often come into conflicts between itself, simply between stresses and relations between the kin and the garu. And while this has only once required the extreme lethal discipline, I see that it continues. I am just one case. And let me tell you, most of the time, this is a very liberal sept.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that my story is not the story of others. I just have seen the worst side of it.
Mm-hmm.
My honest
However,
opinion,
mm-hmm.
it's
Mm-hmm.
very good here. Very good.
But in some cases, things can go sideways and not in the
Hmm.
good way.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. So we talked during the, well, not this one, but the previous mood, and we talked about the den father position, what it meant, and what should be done. And before you came, it was before actually, before you came into the sept, before the incident, there was a talk about a position, kind of official or unofficial. It wasn't really thought beyond the idea. We didn't have the opportunity to enact it, but we thought that under the den father or den mother, there should be actually a kinfolk to better the relationship between Garus and kinfolks. Someone who might actually talk to young Garus to explain to them what kinfolks are and that they are not necessarily a breed stock or toys for Garu to fight upon. So at first the position was for Leah Krekos because well she has a reputation and she has actually a good relationship with Garus and she's someone that people respect and listens to. But I haven't seen Leah for a while. Um, Travis must see her, obviously. I would hope so. But since it hasn't been precise, I'm going to ask you the question. Would you be interested in such position if it was approved and enacted?
I would be definitely interested in the position if it went through all the official channels, but I do not make any sort of guarantee that my time will not take me elsewhere, or I will find priorities elsewhere. I She's a delightful girl, Maeve. She really is. She did me tons of solids,
Mm-hmm.
and I can. Oh, it's like what fucking Garrett said. Without her, I would not be here. I do not know what would have happened, but I would not be here.
Mm-hmm.
Teaching that cub, I do not know what called me to do it. And if you say that I have a talent for it, then I am very, very appreciative of the good praise and the good feedback. I do not know if I will be so um, earnest with the next cub that comes around. Don't get me wrong, they're cubs. They're stupid. They need to learn. And I might teach them a few bits. I just need to. I guess. I guess I value my time very much. So go through it. Go through the proper channels. See if this position is something that people want. If it is, I can put my hat into the ring, and we can see if nobody else wants to put their hat. And even if none of that actually happens, I'm a good soul. I'm a freaking child of Gaia. I see a new cub come in here, ignorant, stupid. I can't let that pass. You gotta wise him up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I see. Well, position, the position will need to be exactly defined about what that role would or would be. As of course, there are things, as you have guessed, that you can't really teach the cubs, as the litany and others. Just as even a Hamid can't really teach cubs about the wolf heart if they are not really wolf born. They can only grasp what it is, but it's just as I have difficulties to understand your culture and how you Hamids things. A lot of things are strange to me even after all these months. So my next question is going to be different this time. It's not going to be a choice of career. It's going to be a choice that only you can make and that I will not force up to you. I want to. He make a pause trying to find the right word. I want to mm, place you under my protection for the time being until Ren comes back, or until the Children of Gaia comes back to the Sept, and or even if you were to find a mate or someone you particularly like, and he just plays with his eyebrows like. uh, but I would feel that perhaps this could ease up some tension. The fact that people would know that if they have something that they wish to tell about you, that they feel wrong about you, then they have to go through me and not just throw tantrums about you or think that, oh, it's okay, he's a kinfolk, and we might not be 100% sure, and I'm a crazy moon. I might smack his face. But it is a choice that I will not force you to take. It's entirely up to you to say if you wish to be placed under my protection, or if you wish to remain free of your movement. And, well, I will be blunt here, even if um, even if Morning Kill Raya enact and said his word on the matter, things can always happen outside of this particular thing. So this is a choice that I give you, and I will
Katori
take
Raya?
no. I will take no offense if you wish not to take up this offer.
Katori Raya, you honor me greatly with the offer. The entire sept is filled with your praises. It really is. There's not a bad word that anybody says about you, and I will admit, not having any sort of legal protection has definitely chafed me. Excuse me. Apparently, somebody is calling me on my phone. Do 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 do.
Kotori summons the spirits. The spirits take the phone, break it, and throw it through the window. There is no more phone. Only peace without Weaver. La 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 la.
I do apologize for that very, very pregnant pause. So pregnant. Full the
It, it,
moon pregnant.
it's okay. You're a father now, and it's a beautiful spider.
What?
It's a beautiful little spider of the internet.
What?
Yes.
Okay, going back to this, looking at
Yes.
you, I am honored. The sept is
Mhm.
full of your praises. You're very, very wise, Theurge. Um, I know you will not find offense should I not accept the offer, but my question is, should I walk away from this table? Will the offer still be there? Should I come back to it?
Hmm. He lights up. He lights up the pipe. Takes takes a few breathing, and just start to cough like. He just looks at it. I don't understand.
What do you not
But
understand, my good
apparently,
sir?
I don't understand the appeal. But apparently, according to chasers, it makes Homids thinks you're very wise, or
The the
something like
the,
that.
the pipe smoking. The pipe smoking.
Yes.
I think the illusion is kind of broken when you go ahead and cough up one. Katori Raya, I was born under the laughing moon. Please laugh. Every time you laugh, I find a little bit more praise in it.
He's just he takes a pillow and throw it to your face. Anyway, uh, and he takes a second breath of a thing, and this time he doesn't cough. Anyway,
It's
yes.
nothing against you. It's just I would prefer one of my tribe. In the case made it to somebody, I would definitely prefer one of my tribe.
Um, did he say mate?
Yeah.
Could I raise an eyebrow? Mm,
Blink,
you
blink.
know,
Did I use
you
the
know.
wrong term?
Yes, you did use the wrong term.
Okay,
I
what did
don't.
I mean?
I don't.
What? Please tell me. You are the wise Raya. Apparently, I am the dumb one.
Apparently, you seems to think that I'm very attractive, and I thank you, but I prefer I prefer females.
Oh, Lucas is gonna go ahead and laugh heartily at that. So freaking hard. He almost goes ahead and topples over that very, very low slung couch. In fact, you know what? He just does it. He does it, and he very, very deftly goes ahead and lands on the other side. Perfect balance. He goes ahead and slaps the cushions of the couch, continuing to laugh.
Anyway, as I said, the whole point is to wait for a member of your tribe to arrive.
Mhm.
It's not a permanent one. It is just so people know that while no one of your tribe is actually there to take responsibility for you and your kin, brothers and sisters, friends, cousins, relations of Gaia. I offer you temporary shelter under my protection. It is still open, but the whole point is if there is a children of Gaia who arise, then yes, probably you will probably feel more comfortable under under his protection.
Thank you for understanding me. Thank you for offering this sanctuary and this protection.
So, do you want time to ponder on this proposition?
Goes ahead and nods his head. Yes, I would love some time to think about this. You're not the
Mhm.
first person to go ahead and try to offer me a bit of protection and a bit of a title. I have no idea why I'm so popular.
And he, you know, use the part of the pipe to goes probably pointing at you, probably because you have a big mouth. That helps a lot. People likes to hear people talk. That's what I do, and they
Fair
praise you
enough.
for it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, and he turns he gives you the pipe, and you might actually make a I would say intelligence academic.
Intelligence academics. Yes, definitely. Na 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 na. Rolling. Oh, two successes. Ew.
Mm. It's what he's handling to you
Hmm?
is it's a ceremonial pipe.
Okay. With those amount of
Ceremon
successes, do I understand how to use
and
it and respect the one that has given it to me?
uh yeah, but you understand also the meaning behind it. It's it's something that is very ritualistic and very important in Native American culture, and especially it's for it to be shared with non natives was generally done after uh, treaties treaties were done, and it's a sign to show that the trust is exchanged and that people don't will respect their words.
Well, very well. He'll go ahead and take the pipe and try to mimic Katori's actions, looking at you and saying, well, again, thank you for coming. Thank you for thank you for just listening. Thank you for hearing my grievances. Thank you for recognizing what I have done, not taking offense to it, and just hey, thanks for the offer, and thanks for understanding when I went ahead and turned it down.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and as you know, as you inhale smoke, you say, "Oh, don't worry. If I had took offense, I would have pranked you so hard you would have known I was offended." As he and he laughs as yeah, the effect that he wanted to happen happened.
Oh, that's this is too good of tobacco to go ahead and cough up. Why'd you do that?
Because I could. Why else?
Fair enough.
Hmm. And I guess with this last little trick, I guess we can call it a scene. Thank
Mm.
you, kinfolk, for playing, watchers for watching, and we will see you next time.
Do, 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 do.